So just as an introduction, this is Ruthless and Registered, our presentation. Jack, Nick, Lison, Sam, Aditi, and Shirley. You'll hear from all of us later on. I'm Jack. Um, so here's a little bit of what we're going to be covering. The ins and outs of registering in any state, first time voting, voting in your home state versus your college state, something that all of us or most of us as college students, if we're not attending college in our home state, have to think about. How to combat voter suppression, especially towards young people and other underrepresented groups. And then finally, how to become a poll worker.
So I'll start out just by talking about swing states. So what is a swing state? A swing state refers to any state that can be reasonably won by the Democratic or Republican presidential candidate by swinging votes. Usually these states have an even split between supporters for the two major political parties in the US. Why are these important? These states have the largest influence and sway in the outcome of the presidential election. And currently there's a strong showing in the polls showing that the two presidential candidates are pretty head to head for the most part. And there's a lot of talk about the presidential election being, continuing to be head to head until election day. You can switch to the slide. This is just a little visual to show you guys the major swing states. So all of those that have the hexagons, those are all the swing states in the U.S. For the 2020 election. The larger the hexagon shows the amount of votes in the electoral college. So as you can see, we have like Florida, Texas, Pennsylvania, and Michigan, Ohio. Those are some of the largest. And then some information. So some of the key swing states for the 2020 presidential election, otherwise known as the battleground states. I wanted to go over 6 of them specifically, which is why I said they were key for this election, because these are the no excuse ballot states, meaning in every state you can vote with a ballot through the mail, but not every state allows you to do this without an excuse. So these 6 states are going to be very important for this election because people in these states should definitely take advantage of the no excuse policy. So we have Florida. You can request a ballot in mail by applying online or on their county website. The deadline is 10 days before election day. It can be dropped off at polls or canceled. For Arizona, you can be permanently added into a mail-in voting list or request a one-time mail-in voting ballot through the Secretary of State website. For Michigan, sending mail-in ballot request forms. They're sending mail-in ballot request forms to all registered voters. So it's important to register online through the state website. And then the last 3 out of the 6. So North Carolina has historically not been a major player in mail-in ballot voting. They actually have a tracking system. It's called Ballot Tracks, which is a online status tracking service that you can sign up for and should sign up for. And ballots are due by 5 p.m. on election day for North Carolina. For Pennsylvania, they should be providing paid postage envelopes for the ballots, and that must be turned in by 8 p.m. on election day. And for Wisconsin, so this date kind of already passed, but they were planning on sending out the mail-in ballot applications through the mail for registered voters and those who requested them specifically by September 1st or before September 1st, but you should still register online. And then as you can see on the slide, there's a QR code that you can use for checking more specifically, the requirements for your state for online and ballot voting, and then just some remarks to register early and request a ballot early.